I am so very late, but we're just gonna try and do our best for the qualies. Alternating paths, it seems. Okay. Yeah. Fortunately, I got caught up and couldn't start until now. But here we are. Multiple paths. Alright, let's just finish up the lap. There we go. Alright, at the very least we're not gonna get DQ'd. But yeah, we started with much less time than we normally do. Just gonna try and follow people and hopefully they have the best path. Ride the wall there. And I guess the lower path's probably better since people are taking that. Yeah, and then just go for like a wall ride maybe. No, you can't wall ride all the way. Okay. Still, that's a lot better. We're really speedrunning the learning process here. No, that's so difficult to hit. I feel like it might be possible to wall ride that actually. And get like a massive speed boost, but we'll see. Alright, 4.5 minutes left. So we got like 4 tries. 4.5 tries. come on. Looking like a div angle, div 2 angle for sure, but I want to get at least one PB to secure it. We probably can. Okay, that should do it. That should give us div 2. At the very least. Alright, we can try and get one more PB, but that's probably gonna be it. That's okay, I joined very late. So extraordinarily late. So we've been trying for div 1 the past few days, but with how late we joined, I can't complain about div 2. Yeah, okay. Div 2 it is. Not too bad. Alright. We're div 2ing. I did hear interesting factoid last time. I don't know if it's true, I'm not really willing to test it. But that they disabled the DNF button. So to DNF you have to just leave the server. But I don't know if that's true, and I certainly don't want to test it. Actually, let's take a quick peek around the map. So if you go this way, do the loop-de-loops. Oh, loop-de-loops go to the same place, okay. Down here. And yeah. Okay, okay. Mostly preference. It's 4 divisions today, okay. It's decent for the Enduro. I don't expect to perform too well today. I actually have a pretty bad sore throat. Thankfully it seems to be getting a little better, but it's quite annoying. Okay. Let's survive the initial burst players. Maybe I should have gone right there just so I can avoid all the people. Since it seems most people are like me and have a preference to the right side. That's okay. It's not too bad. Oh, what the? What just happened? Huh? That's new. I don't think that's ever happened before, right? Am I crazy? Or really fast players. Seems taking the wall right there isn't optimal. Okay, we're just gonna focus on learning since we haven't really learned the course yet. We have not really learned the track, to be honest. So people are going low there. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Okay, a bit slow there. Oi! Respawn, yeah. Unfortunately got flung off. Stay in the right side here, because it's easier to keep grip. Ooh, almost hit the wall. Woo! Whoa there. Almost crashed again, same spot. We're gonna need to learn that turn. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are crashing in that spot, so it's not just me. Seems like a pretty deadly turn. Unfortunate. That turn's also a little tricky though. So I'm not terribly surprised that that crashed it. Whoa there. Yeah, that turn is crazy. Fortunately, that does mean we're gonna lose a lot of time. Okay. Hit it that time. Gained a bunch of spots immediately. Yeah, better to respawn there and keep the speed. Wasn't the worst crash, but we lost a lot of speed from it. And the speed does carry. Oh, lost speed there though. That was just me being bad. There's no reason for me to crash like that. I wonder if I've gone left yet. Actually probably not, although it's getting close to that point. That's not ideal, but fine, I guess. Okay, almost crashed that, but actually end up getting good speed. Oh, bad wall ride. Okay, I think we're starting to get the hang of this course. Still a little bit ugly, but you know. Sorry about that. Had to answer really quick question. And they've had a little bit of poor driving because of it. Not too bad. Didn't crash. That's all we can ask for, right? Oh, there's the crash. Alright. We're not doing bad though. We're not doing bad. I assume we've been lapped by now, by technical. I might have missed it. Although it's possible for us to get lapped without seeing it on this track, so that could happen too. Yeah, it seems like everyone's crashing, which makes sense. It's a fairly difficult track. Ooh, cut that very close. Maybe shouldn't do that. Yeah. I wonder how many people we've left. I haven't really focused on that, to be honest. But we are pretty high up in the rank. There's been a lot of crashes, so I wouldn't be surprised if we left a bunch of people. There is a pretty big gap between us and 6 now. But we'll do our best. Yeah, it's funny that I do better on the more complex tracks. Not because I feel like I crash less than other people. I think the real answer is that I always crash even on the easy tracks, so if it's a harder track, at least everyone else is crashing as well. And this one would definitely count as one of the harder ones, just because of how scary some of these turns are. Oh, there's first place, Tickle. We're actually kind of catching back up to him. Because we were like 50 seconds behind before, but now we can see him. I mean, that's certainly good. That means our pace is doing better. Also, we got 6 somehow. Probably due to a crash. Doing good. Doing good right now. Normally only really start picking up the pace in the end, but... Okay, slight crash. It's okay. Nothing too bad. So right after checkpoint. So we lost our 6th place that we just got. And the progress we made on 1st. Oh, we almost did the same exact thing, bro. Almost did the same exact thing. Anyway, we're back in 7th, just off pace, not because of the crash. But 6th and 5th are right in front of us. So, just gotta hold on. We'll get our chance. Okay, we got our 5th place. Now it's a matter of holding it. That's going to be the difficult part because this end guy is right behind me, right on my tail. I think I'm hitting this final turn better than pretty much everyone else. Kind of figured it out. 4th and 3rd are right in front of us too. Yeah, we have an opportunity here. No, yeah, it's better to respawn there. We're gonna lose a bunch of time, but it's still better to respawn than eat the speed loss. Like, that's exactly what N did, and we ended up catching anyway. And their speed loss was not as bad as ours. Also, Tekla must have crashed because we've unlapped ourselves. Okay. And we're in 4th. Caught, somebody. I think it was from Ireland, maybe. Now we gotta catch up to Doughy Boy. Okay, that was a very sus wall ride. I'm glad it did not result in us getting flung off. Yeah, our pace is really good right now. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, bad wall ride. Still managed to not get flung off. All we can ask. Oh, I see Doughy Boy now. Spotted him on the corkscrew. Oh no, we got lapped again. Tekla caught up. Oh, that's such a bad respawn. Oh no, I lost so much time to that. Because we ended up hitting the wall there. Okay. It's unfortunate. We did get our 4th place back. Oh, it looks like Doughy Boy crashed too. So if we didn't crash there, we would have gone 3rd. But we still have an opportunity. And oh, what the? That was crazy. And I end up messing up the final turn, so we're gonna lose pace. Got Nick Serho behind us. I think I couldn't exactly read. I was focused on driving. Yeah, we got a pack here actually. It's kind of crazy. It's a little spread out, but pack towards the front this late into the race when the map is this hard. or maybe not necessarily hard, but very prone to crashes is kind of crazy. We're only about halfway done. A little bit less, or a little bit more than halfway done. A little bit less than half remaining. Okay, we'll just take that. We'll have to accept the speed loss there. Same with that one. Oh, we get passed by Gabby. Okay, we're losing a bit of ground. We're really not that far behind this pack. Just need to stop making mistakes, because we know our pace can be good. And really us losing these spots is off the back of some wall hits. Some unoptimal lines. Okay, come on. Let's catch up to these two. Okay, caught up to Nickers. Nick Serho. A little hard for me to pronounce, to be honest. Oh, he's fighting for the spot though. And we also passed Gabby as well at the same time. Doughy Boy's right in front of us. That end guy is in second and we can see him. Second place is in sight. Of course, first has kind of blasted off into the distance. So even though we haven't been lapped by first, we're not... I don't think it's really possible to catch up. Aside from some really awful crashes. Like maybe if they get like a dead checkpoint and have the double respawn, maybe we can talk about that, but... For now, let's just focus on getting up to second place here. I think we passed somebody. Yeah, we passed Doughy Boy. Must have been a crash. And End's right there. That is second place. Nick Serho right beside us as well. So we're all really fighting for this place here. Fortunately, I hit the wall. Get lapped. To call too fast. I'm losing places. Again, that final turn. It's too deadly. Yeah, we're a few seconds behind now. Nothing we can't do. Especially with the map as volatile as this. Just we need to be consistent. And we've been decent about it, that's why we're so far up, but we need to be more consistent. If we want to get to second. Does seem oh so possible now. And 5 seconds ahead. Wow, good pace by End. I will admit, that's gonna be tricky. But we gotta focus on keeping third. There's so many people in this pack right beside us. Oh, unfortunate crash. I'm so sorry. We will take third back, but that's really unfortunate. I did the same exact thing though. I played it safe and slow because I felt like I was about to hit the wall there. And I don't mean the wall ride. Ooh, okay. Slow down there. That's okay. Might lose third. It seems like we've steamed well past fourth place, considering I don't see them on the checkpoint list at all. But it does mean End is pulling further and further ahead of us. And if we want second, we're gonna need to catch up. We only have 18 laps to do so. Again, End could crash, but we can't rely on it. We gotta just expect their opponents are good. I do see End and Tekkel though. End fighting not to get lapped. But they're well ahead. I just spied them in the distance next to each other. That was funny. Oh, End crashes! Oh, here's our opportunity. Of course that means Tekkel's left all of us now, officially. But can't worry about that now. Okay, End. You're in striking range now. I think he sees that. Probably has noticed by now that I'm only a couple seconds behind. I wonder if that means he'll push his pace. So that was a very risky jump. Oh, and a crash. Very unfortunate crash too. I think he should have respawned that. Because he's going to lose a lot of time. Yeah, went from being 2 seconds ahead to 2 seconds behind. But can't be complacent. Let's focus up. Drive clean. All the way to the end. We're about 3/4 of the way done. I think End's gonna start really pushing to try and pass us. So far we're keeping the gap. Kind of holding the line here. I'm trying to fight the urge to push to extend this lead. because I know that'd be a mistake. I mean, look at that. We straight up almost crashed horrifically there. And that would have been a bad respawn. We've had to, we would have lost like 5 seconds to that. We got lucky. Believe me, I'm willing to admit I got lucky there. Somehow our lead extended a bit after that. Oh, it's not going to extend anymore though. He's going to be right on us, if not passing us here. Yeah, right behind with more speed. We're about to get past. Yippers. That's okay. We're right there. We got the same speed now. About half a second apart. Maybe slightly more. I'm just gonna follow Ed. Gonna play our game. Because we know our pace can be better. I think N will push to try and secure second, but I think they'll crash. That's been the story so far. It's just so difficult to not crash like that. There's the crash. As I said, tried to push the pace too much and backfires. That was crazy speed for men though, to catch back up. I don't even know what he did there. He must have full risked that turn. That's crazy. Yeah, we both really want the second place, that's for sure. You can see En's not risking that turn anymore. I don't blame them. Okay, slight mistake. It's not going to give us much of a lead, but we'll take the second place for now. Yeah, I'm just not risking that final turn. The final turn is just so scary. Okay, 11 laps to go. I think we're both well past anyone else, but these podium spots are contested. We want the silver medal here. We are gonna fight for it. Okay, bit slow, but very safe. I think safe is the key here. Our opponent may pull up on us just because we're going a little slower than we could, but again, I'd rather go slow than crash. It would be embarrassing to crash the middle there, wouldn't it? I was just thinking about that. What if we crash the middle on that split there? Almost crashed there. Again, got lucky. We hit the plastic instead of anything else, and we didn't hit it hard enough to get flung in an unrecoverable spot. But we need to be a little more careful. Yeah, you can see because we've relaxed our pace a bit, we're losing ground to first, but like, who even cares? There's no catching up to Tekel. He's too far ahead. Even if he crashes horrifically and loses 30 seconds, he's still another 30 seconds ahead. So like, I can't play to think about him. I need to play to win this second place. Yeah, End is right behind us. But we're just gonna rely on the fact that as long as we drive consistent, we can maintain the lead. If it comes down to like the final 2 laps and he's ahead, then maybe we start risking. Because at that point we have to do something, right? But for now, no risk. We rely on our clean driving. Oh, I think N crashed. No crash, but we hit that better than they did, so we gained a little bit of time, which is important in this situation. This is scary, I'm gonna admit. Oh, Tekel crashed. We might unlap ourselves, that'd be huge. Probably not, but it would be cool if we did. I prefer to win second without being lapped, you know? I think we got a wall hit there. And might catch up here. He should be right behind me. Yeah, about a second behind now. So we lost some ground, but not enough to lose our place. Okay, a little scary there. We risked that a little bit more than I would have liked. And we're only a second ahead of End. It's not much at all. So we can't make any mistakes. Any mistakes means we instantly lose this spot. Now we're passing people that are in like the top spots here, or at least I saw in the top spots earlier, like Gabby. That's crazy. Yeah, End's holding on here. We're doing our best to hold the gap. Okay, a little slow there, so we might lose a bit of time. But I'd rather be slow than crash, especially here. In this situation. Yeah, Nixerho here as well. The people we're fighting with, you know, 30 laps ago, now we're passing them. Kind of a testament to how good we did today. Especially past the start, but even the start wasn't bad. start just had a few more mistakes. Okay, and lost a little bit of ground. We can play a little safer, especially on the final lap. Oh god. Oh, we're gonna get past. That's really unfortunate. Or no, we're not. It's gonna be close. Oh god. Yeah, we're gonna get past here. Okay, I guess we need to push. Yeah, our wheel clipped there. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, our wheel got snagged at the very end. Okay, we just need to pray and makes a mistake here. Oh. Did we win? That was a photo finish. I think he won though. I think he won. We lost second place by 4 thousandths of a second. We still did good though. We still did good. Third place, pretty good. Yeah, that was a legit photo finish. 4 thousandths of a second. That's literally like nothing. Oh yeah. People are finishing up. Had a respawn that rolled the car over. That sucked. Also, Rocket here is too far behind to finish, so they've given up. What about some of the others? Fluffin? Fluffin could finish for sure. We'll watch all the remaining active players. Okay. Let's see how big the gap between third and fourth was. Almost 40 seconds, yeah. As I said, we blew past everyone we were fighting with earlier. But we're so close. Just the really unfortunate wheel snag in the end, and we still almost made it back. Yeah, what a race. First and last time playing is understandable. Very understandable. Yeah, fluffing last active racer. There's a few people just sitting on the track besides that. Yeah, one more lap. One more lap. You got this, Fluffin. Okay. That's the last active player. Everyone else is just AFK. So GG's to Fluffin for being the final finisher. We will hop out of here. Get the weekly grand. Let's see. Just checking a couple things before we do the weekly grand. Alright. Let's get this done now that we're all prepped on this track. Should be able to get it easy peasy. But we do have to deal with the ghosts. So that might throw a wrench in things. Are they going left or right? Right, wonderful. We're going left. We're more comfortable left anyway. Now the wall ride's gonna be scary. I just realized. For exactly reasons like that. Could get smoked by random ghosts. I didn't even think about that. Going up? Okay, we'll go down. So it seems like the author intentionally made the ghost go on the non-optimal path. Which is good for us. Because we prefer to go the other path anyway. Might have been funnier to make it go in the optimal path and then you'd have to go in the either full risk going on the optimal path trying to dodge cars or take the slower path. I think that would be interesting for a weekly grand. Okay, please don't crash, please don't crash. Like, there's literally nothing I can do there, it's just pray that we don't get T-boned. I would say not T-bone another car, but these cars are immune to getting T-boned we are the only ones that can get T-boned. They just continue on regardless. You can't really actually push them. They're more like moving concrete walls, per se. Okay, that was lucky. Will we get lucky again? Yep. Okay. Cool outside here. Yeah. I'm like trying to figure out, should I go outside or inside around these cars when they're in the middle? Because depending on which way they swerve later, it could actually become a huge problem. So I need to guess if they're gonna pull outside or inside. Alright, please? Yes, okay. So far begging has worked. I still can't believe we lost second place by 4 thousandths of a second. My god. I'm slightly worried that it's gonna be like Troll and they start going the other way halfway through. That would be funny, but also pretty horrifying for me. Well, that was an unfortunate crash. Just pass on the inside since we have low speed. Also, we're well on the path to getting the AT here, so that's good. I wonder if there are a lot of crashes in Div 1 today. Because obviously Div 1 are better players, but I could definitely still see there being a bunch of crashes. Like, obviously I think first place wouldn't at all. But, you know, it's tough to flawlessly drive for 60... Well, not really 60 minutes, more like 45, but for a long time. For 60 laps. Kinda in the way, bro. Or we'll just respawn it. Even though I don't think we really need to. Alright, watch me throw away the AT in the last couple laps. Wouldn't that be fun? I think we're fine. But not ideal, to say the least. Finally, boom. Beat it by half a minute, 30 seconds. Could have done closer to a minute, but a few crashes there. Alright, we got about 40 minutes till the new weekly shorts come out. So I think we're gonna do the same thing we did last week, where we start playing the RMC. Hold on. Can I see my personal best? I'm curious. Well, I'm gonna go to the RMC website and see if I can find myself, because I think my best is like. Oh, did I not get uploaded? I could have sworn. Maybe it's because I took a break in the middle of the last one, so it didn't really count. Like, we got like 18 or. I think we got like 18 medals yesterday. Alright, well, whatever. We're gonna try and do our best. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, we played gold medal RMC because, quite frankly, there are a lot of maps out there I can't get the AT or even the gold for. Alright, we immediately start off with the horrifying map. Not the best thing to start off on. If it takes too long to get gold, we'll just restart since we just began. Although I think this one should be doable. Just need something like that. Kind of end up in this ice slide, which we didn't really want. Yeah, we just need to land into the bobsleigh correctly, and I think we're good. But yeah, if we can't get in like another couple minutes, we'll just proceed with restarting the run. If we were already mid-run, I wouldn't give up on this, obviously, but we want to start off on our best foot. Oh, I almost had it. It was just a little too high. Just a little too high. Yeah, and we're starting to look at a reset here. Yeah, let's just reset it. We could definitely get this, but we're already a few minutes in. Ideally, we want to have our first gold already. Alright, we got a long map, but it's probably an easy gold, so we'll try it. See if we can get it like first try. Okay, that's fine. That's the very start. Yeah, this looks like a map I'd make. Not a good thing, by the way. No steering. Okay. Like crash, we'll just continue and see if we can make it. Again, I have a sneaking suspicion that the AT on this, or the times on this aren't that cooked. We don't even need AT, we need gold. So. Okay. Got fragile. Yeah, Enduro just finished. We got third. We lost second place by 4 thousandths. It's a good map this week, though. And yeah, we're just doing a little bit of the RMC challenge while we wait for the weekly shorts. Got an interesting first map to say the least. We are in the last checkpoint, so I think as long as we hit this, we'll be fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. Might have to reset again. Unfortunately, we're just spending too much time on this map. Mostly because it's a long map. Yeah, I think we're gonna just reset the challenge again. Unfortunate to get a long map first. Not the hardest AT, but again, it's just too long. Okay, I get the gimmick. The easy weekly. Very funny. I can't believe I crashed the wall there. I don't think the time is super overly cooked, but I suppose that's a concern in this situation. Like, I think we're not gonna get AT, but... I just realized what we have to do, and I don't like it. Let me see, is it possible from here to get it normal way? No, not really. We're gonna need to do it. So we're gonna need to hit the ring and bounce into the finish. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think maybe if we have a perfect run we wouldn't need to, but we need to hit something like that. No, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna give this another couple tries anyway, but I agree if the map takes longer than like a minute to get the first medal, it's worth resetting. Alright, last try, and then we'll just reset. I mostly just want to actually hit this. No. We didn't even get to the end. So Renault Campaign, a very short map. Okay. I see. Maybe we need to start further to the right. And a little tricky actually. Because you need enough speed to hit the jump. And then you need to land with enough speed to hit this jump. Which means you actually do need a pretty good turn here. Because you need enough speed to just land clean and continue. Something like that. Yeah, we'll take that. Took just about a minute and some change. Awkward Mini, another short map. This time wet plastic. That's ridiculous. And he somehow needed enough momentum to get up there, and then... oh, what plastic pipe in the end. Okay. I mean, mini-map is good, but this is a little... I mean, look at that. I need the wet plastic pipe into the end. That would have been an 18. Obviously we did do a backflip, but I don't know how not to do the backflip there. Oh, we were so close. Just need to hesitate a bit less. The real tricky part is getting up that ledge. If you could skip the water, this would be super easy, but... the car really wants to do a backflip there. I don't know why. Almost. This is such a troll bump there. Come on. Ooh, we can't keep messing this up. shown we can get it. I mean, I could take the silver medal, but I really don't want to. Struggling a bit with plastic. I guess I'm not surprised I'm struggling on wet plastic. I threw. Again, close attempt now though. I don't understand wet plastic at all, apparently. There we go. That took way too long. That took longer than it should have. Alright. Let's see, 20-second map by Hog TM. Looks somewhat normal. That's a good sign, right? Maybe we can one-shot this? Nope. No, we cannot. Actually, wait, what is this time? 20, 21, 22. We would have one-shot it, but we wouldn't close. Yeah, that ledge is very annoying. It's trolling me. Okay, this is a better start. Worst end. Yeah, we miss it. Just slightly. Yeah, didn't get the ideal end, to say the least. Okay, somehow we saved that. I feel like that should have crashed. Please? Okay, we do make it. Now we got bump and rally. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's a rally 08. Let's see if PF works. Okay, I'm not PFing, but this doesn't seem bad so far. A little bit of plastic bounce there. Okay, we need about a second. No. Not gonna work. Come on. No. Got stuck in the wall there. That wouldn't have done it anyway, but... Okay, this is a much better start. Fortunately, we're upside down. We need to go direct into finish there because we're stuck upside down. Okay, seems good. Just need to get to a finish. There we go. Almost got AT at it. Alright. Exto. Decently long map. Got a bit of a trench run here. Okay. Checkpoints. I am supposed to go down there? Okay. Wasn't... Oh my god, I'm blind. What is going on in here? Okay, a little bit of bug booster there. Alright, let's just learn the map. So around that way. And then finish. Okay. I think we can do this. Thank God it doesn't say that red in the rest of the map. That would have been awful. Okay, right there. And fish. Boom. Even got the AT. Second try. Alright, short 07. Looks like there's a risky that you need a good amount of speed for. Okay. Might be able to get safe finish fast enough to get the gold anyway, but let's I mean, there's no point not to try to risky. Risky's right there anyway. I think we're a little too slow for it still. Nope. It's close, but we made it. Making good time this run. After that second map, at least. much further inside than I thought. So this is like Gear 3 dirt. Can maybe go Gear 4 there, but probably okay to go Gear 3. That would have been first try. Well, first try, quote unquote. Keep clipping that. Alright, come on. We just need to not clip the finish. There we go. Another one in the bag. Okay, I drifted way too early there. Now, this way. Okay, not quite sure how to take these turns yet. Shouldn't be too hard. That was a pretty bad run, and we were still somewhat close. Just wasn't sure where to drift. And this way, finish. Okay. Another gold down. Okay, a little bit of a tricky jump there. Which makes me think that the mapper is at least somewhat good. So this actually might be a little difficult. Where are we going? This way? Okay, I need more speed though. Yeah, that jump is a little crazy. Like, it's not super difficult, it's just something I don't think a beginner mapper would put. Somehow we ended up upside down. Okay. Now we make it. Just go direct line finish. Okay. Time was not strong at all, so that's fine. Got about 9 minutes until the weekly shorts. So just try and get a couple more medals. And I might continue this on my own time. Okay, what is this jump? We're gonna have to do it twice in the same run too, so we're gonna actually need to learn it. And then there's 2 more checkpoints, so back here, back around. And multi-lap. Okay. Gonna have to hit that jump 2 times in a row. That's a bit scary. Yeah, I think we just need more speed, but you do need a good amount of speed for that. So a little, I don't know. A little difficult, a little tricky. Alright, try again. This one might hard stop us before we get another medal before the weekly shorts. This one's a bit tricky. It's also longer too, which doesn't help. Yeah, this is kind of a NASCAR map, but a couple. I keep doing that. That's the second time I've done that. Where I like counter steer and then I end up tilting my car to fling myself off the curb there. Barely got it. Okay, thank God. Alright, maybe we can get one quick one. Really quick, if we're lucky. So we're gonna have like 2 shots at this. Oh, what on earth? What is this? Custom aero blocks, by the way. Do I have enough speed? Barely. Okay, a little slow. Okay, need about another second. Last try. Last try, and then we're gonna have to pause this for now. This is definitely very doable, it's just I need to prep myself for the actual main event of the stream, the weekly shorts. Yeah, just a little too slow. Alright. Stop RMC for now. Close that out. Let's see. Gotta go into YouTube Studio and change the thumb. See, content, live. Weekly shorts and 20 seconds. Come on, where are they? Here we are. Please load in the thumbs. Alright. Let me change the thumbnail really quick of the stream. Change to that. Okay. Should be changed. Now we can take a look. So last week we had 5 maps by the same mapper. I actually thought, as far as like things like this went, I think the last time we had one where it was all the same mapper wasn't quite as good. I think this one was solid though, surprisingly. But yeah, let's take a look at the records. What a name. Anyway, Zuck in first. We're about 4/10 behind. Okay, I suspect it's just better execution. Yeah. Yeah, so same strat, better execution. No surprises there. It is map 1. Alright. Number 2. What we got? This was a tech map. We're about 7/10 behind here. Oh, lost a lot in the beginning. Yeah, much better way to take that turn. And then very clean right into the finish. Alright, look at the start strat. all the way to the right, boom, and he keeps so much more speed that way. So I should have been doing that. But yeah, nothing too crazy, just really good driving again. But no surprises there. It was just a mini tech map. Alright, now for the puzzle. I don't quite remember this puzzle. We're about... And we'll go one by one actually. Yeah, so they're going for the reactor. And going for the bug slide. See, that's what I thought. The second part I had right? That's kind of what I was going for. First part, I thought the reactor was slower, but I guess with a good reactor run, it is indeed faster. Alright, same start. Probably same strat, just slightly better. Start was better, end was worse. Okay. Different turnaround. It gets a nose up to get a better zoop, but goes wider in the end, so loses a bit of time in the end. Okay. Same start as the first two. For corny. Picks up a little bit the red booster. Manages to swerve hard enough to get the red booster. Just a tap. But it's just enough to gain a little bit of time on the others. Except for Crazy Dude Crook. Let's see what we have. Oh my god. So Crazy Dude Crook had the same strat, but had a much better jump here. Going literally as inside as humanly possible. Starts a bug slide on the back wheels. Very nice stuff. Alright, now we got Snowfall. This is the fast map. This is the one I probably did the worst on, if I had to guess. It's kind of just speed slide central. Is that AOG in the back? No. But yeah, no surprises, except one player with, I thought it was a worse start, but maybe more speed. It was too low though. I wonder who that was. But yeah, no surprises. No surprises here. Just a speed slide maxing map. And then we had Winter Waterworks. This one might be interesting, so I think we will watch one by one. So yeah, getting not reactor up here. Really? Okay. Going for what the? What an ending. Surely it would have been faster if you picked up the reactor up first though, no? Oh my god. What a strat. I imagine a lot of these players are doing the same thing at the very least. Maybe not first. First seems to have 2/10, which I feel like must be a significant time gain somewhere else. Yeah, so slightly better. Nobody's going for a reactor up. Interesting. Yeah, same strat. Much more speed at the end. It's so funny. I have so much of a lead and I lose it. Yeah, same strat, even more speed. Says Labstar, same strat, but even more speed than that? Maybe. Much better setup. So just better start, much better end too. Very nice stuff. I'm surprised reactor up wasn't faster in the start, but what do I know? Alright, but now that we've looked at the old maps, we gotta look at the new maps. Rocky Chill by Cat Alert Meow, who has the record right now. Probably because they're the mapper and know the lines. Okay, maybe better to go on the inside. Oh, not a free AT? I'm so used to the free ATs that I was surprised when I didn't one-shot it. I mean, it's not crazy. Got a second try, but... it's harder than we've had in a while, outside of the sponsored maps. Okay, better there. I think I avoided more at the penalty, so we got more speed. Let's see where we're at. 275. See, I kind of want to get a second faster than AT, but I'm not quite sure how difficult they'll be. Much better inside line. So close to second faster than the AT. That was a good run though. That was a good run. I tried to max risk that. Yeah, I think our current time's gonna be hard to beat. Kinda knew that though. Should be beatable. But we're gonna need a very clean run. Oh, clipped the end. Barely clipped the rock there. Come on. I want this PB. I want the, you know, get a full second faster than the AT. But can't seem to get it. Close. We were close that time. We were within striking distance. But yeah, we're gonna get this a couple more minutes, and then if we can't get it, we can't get it. Not too wide there. That was a good start, but we went too wide in the end. That was very close. Just went a little too close to the signs there. Are you kidding me? 2000s? That's half of what I needed. I needed 4000s. Oh. Alright. Last couple tries, then we move on. I think I hit too much sand there. Last try. But yeah, the fact that I can't, you know, get a second improvement over the AT on map 01 is kind of crazy. Anyway, this is pretty solid map 01. Move on to 02, Rock and Rock by Stekpa. Okay. Yeah, this one AT is much easier. Well, not that the other AT is really that hard, just harder than track 01s on the weekly shorts tend to be. Anyway, big improvement. Pretty solid time. Obviously early on, but still happy with it. Yeah, I think it all comes down to this bowl that you're getting out of in the start here. Like, what's the optimal way to do that? Okay, struggling to improve here. PB is pretty solid. Okay. Sorry, I'm like kind of locking in trying to get this. I'm pretty annoyed that I can't beat my, second run time, even if it was good. Oh, that one could have, but I went too wide in the end. Okay. Close. Close to doing it. Too wide in the end. Come on, we can do this. We can get a PB, surely. We keep going too wide in the end. We at least have a small PB by now. Okay, not a bad PB. I think we might take that. And we'll move on, since we've spent a bit of time. I don't think I'm hitting another one of those. Alright, we got Patrol by Ranaz, the puzzle map, or pathfinding map. Oh, slow-mo. Finish over here. Okay. Also slow mode here with a reset. Interesting. Also go under. See, there's a bunch of speed boosts. So maybe that's okay. There's also a ring checkpoint way on the outside with what looks to be a reactor. Alright, I'm curious. I don't think that'll be fast, but I do want to check it out just because of the reactor. Doesn't seem too bad. But yeah, as I said, not fast. Alright, what about this bottom path here? Well, first we need to survive it. Okay. Okay, okay. I don't hate this path. Actually, I quite like it. Alright, what if we go high? Is there a way to go high and not take the slow-mo? Or is there a way to go high and get the reset faster? If you could go high, only get one slow-mo. No, yeah, there's no way. There's no way that's the way. And this is more direct, so if you're going lower, it makes more sense to take that way. didn't even pick up a checkpoint that way. I don't know what the point of that is. Yeah, to me, the lower path is speaking to me the most. The lower path seems the best. Obviously, I could be wrong. But that's what it feels like to me. Now I'm probably going to do a little bit of cam 7ing just to double check some things in a second, but I think it has to be like something involving that lower path. Just because there's some truly heinous like effects everywhere else. You could do something like that. Fragile in the middle, by the way. I thought that was like a super turbo, but it seems it is fragile. Alright, let's do a little bit of cam 7. There is this backwards way here, which does give you a Oh. Wait. Could be good, but that seems difficult. And you do have a slow start. How do you do this without... You have to break it? How do you do that? Oh, there's a pillar in the way, you're kidding me? Alright, come on. Literally, we literally just need to drop down. I want to drop down forwards because then I have to turn around and then turn around again, and it just seems like a waste of time, but we might have to. Why do I feel like I got a slow-mo effect there? Alright, what if I drop down all the way here? Whatever. He's gonna... Maybe if I could line myself up more direct, right? But it's a little difficult to do that. And you just lose so much time on the start. There's a fast way to do this drop down. I could see the potential, but I don't see a fast way to do this drop down. But who knows? Maybe if you're looking at like the Big G stream, so to say, Grenadi's stream, he has figured out a way. Although I don't think he's really much of a reactor player either, so I'm sure he's complaining about it. But yeah, I don't know how to do this drop down fast, and you need to do the drop down fast in order to make this anywhere close to viable. Yeah, I give up on the bottom way. Unfortunately, or on the reactor way. Maybe it could be faster, but I don't have the skills to make it faster. I'll try a little bit to get another PB this way. Since this is the way that seems to have the most promise, at least in my eyes. Certainly the easiest way to get a good time with. I mean, that's always a good sign, right? If it's easy to get a good time with it, that means it's probably the fastest way too. Wait, what the? There's a bump there. Oh my god. You can overwall this. I know it seems ridiculous, but I almost overwalled it that one run randomly. Wait, that changes a lot. That actually changes a lot here. You can overwall this. Get down on the super turbo faster, ideally, if you overwall it well. Get the reactor. Fly, do whatever flight you need to do to get to the finish. See, this was a bad run. That was a bad overwall. Well, not a bad overwall, but a bad landing. And that still would have been faster. Yeah, this is 100% the strat. Now that I've seen this, I wonder how many other people have spotted this, because this is like... How would you see this, right? It's such a small bump, but I mean, you saw me overwall it. It's clearly possible. Okay, we might not be good enough to do this, but this is the strat, right? You just need a good overwall, good landing, good reactor, which is asking a lot. But it will get you to the end the fastest. If you can line up that reactor fast enough. See, something like that would have been good if we could land straight. I really want to hit this now. I wonder if we found the strat in the other bigger Shrek Mania people have not. I assume they have, but I am a little curious. Because there's been a time or two I have spotted something that Granati or Virtual haven't. Of course, there's plenty of times they spot things I don't, but you know. little less experience with the game. Not an easy overwall. And then yeah, again, even if you overwall, you need to get the landing too. And even if you get the landing, you need to get a good reactor flight. Like, we almost had it there. Almost. Alright, we're gonna have to... Whoa, flip there. Flip there might actually not be bad. Flip there might actually give you a good landing, right? Like a flip like that obviously doesn't, but if you get like a backwards flip, you'll land far enough away from the booster that you can actually kind of control where you're going on the reactor. But we will have to move on in a sec. Very crazy secret strat. I will have to see the records next week. It has to be this. It just has to be this. With like a clean overwall. Didn't land flat enough on the booster, so it got flipped. Alright, last try. I do really want this, but unfortunately it seems like I'm gonna have to try my own time. Good puzzle map. That's a crazy secret solution now. Alright, I've got a super cool map name by Catloaf. Probably one of the coolest map names we've had for the weekly shorts. Okay, this seems to be a precision map. Maybe you jump that? Probably not. Alright, let's see. This is definitely just precision. Nothing crazy going on. I thought maybe jump in the water for a better line, but there's just no way. Actually, wait, there's one checkpoint. Let me not dismiss it so quickly. No, you can't direct jump or anything crazy like that. The moment I saw one checkpoint, I got a little scared. But I don't think there's anything super crazy here. I think it's just precision and small drift in the end. That hole is right where I want to be. That's very annoying. PB here, at least. We did just start on it though. I'm still annoyed about last map that I couldn't get a run to work. But I'm happy we found that strat. I mean, that's a crazy strat. I discovered by accident too. I don't even remember why, but I just drove into it. I didn't even think the bump would, like, bump you at all, right? But it's enough to give you an overwall. So it had to be placed intentionally by the mapper, right? Can't imagine if it wasn't. Kinda want the sub 17. Don't know if we'll get it. It's gonna be pretty difficult to PB again. Gonna require a good turn here. Good turn here. Yeah, we're gonna need to like maximize that drift. I actually don't think it's as hard as I said though. I think it's definitely doable. Need to have a really clean run. Like that. That should do it. Very nice. Okay. We'll play for a little bit longer. And then we'll move on to the final map. I suspect that even doing like hundreds is gonna gain a lot of spots at this point. Just because of the nature of this map. release in that chicane. I feel like you release in that chicane rather than doing it later. So that you can get a nice tight line there. Maybe better execution. Yeah, I think that's the answer. You release and get right up against the wall. Like, not like that. You need to start turning earlier. And maybe even release earlier. Maybe even not release. You might not have to release that. I've been playing it as a release because I assumed you needed to, but I think you just need to start turning earlier. Yeah, you just need a really good line, I think. I had to release a little. It is a PV, but I did have to release a little. Alright, we'll do like 2 more runs. Okay, that's a bit better. Still not as good as it could have been, but... Alright, we'll move on. Map number 5. That was a solid 4. And you know I usually hate the 4s, so... take it. Alright, we got float. Okay. This seems like AO8. I assume you just want to hit one of the bumpers, but easier said than done. I guess there's a finish down there. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should just try press forward and see if it gets us AT. Alright, we'll try press forward. No, you can't just press forward. There's a thing in the way, specifically to stop press forward. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one to get a good time on, even though it's mostly luck. I think you're gonna really need the luck. I have no clue what the best time is gonna be. There's so many possibilities. Come on. Will this shoot me right into the finish here? No. Well, close. I guess I should have left more time for this one. Because we're having a lot of trouble just getting the AT here. I think I'm starting to get the hang of something though. Can you go? Is there a finish up here, perhaps? It'd be cool. There, oh, there's a finish back there. Obviously, that's not the optimal finish, but. Alright, this will get us AT at the very least. Not the greatest run of all time, but it got us somewhere. It got us somewhere. Oh my god, this map is difficult. Good map 5 though, I will say that. Probably one of the best map 5s we've had. In a long time. Maybe ever. That was looking like a good run until it wasn't. Okay, come on. That really didn't trigger the bumper? That's crazy. Okay, this should work. Come on. No whammies. No, come on. Just toss me in the finish, please. That's actually looking kind of good. Alright, last couple attempts here, and then we gotta move on to the cup of the day. This is a very good brain rot map, though. Okay, improvement. Let's go. And yeah, it's cup of time. Alright, so pretty good maps this week. Pretty happy with it. But yeah, we'll move on to Cuppa and see what we got. What I would have built in 2020 if I wasn't playing Fortnite, I assume. I only saw FO. Yeah. Oh, of course it's Fortnite. So I assume this is like a very basic 2020 base assets kind of map. Cool idea. Yeah, we're having some based map names today, apparently. Okay. Whoop. Didn't quite hit that. Of course, I've never really played... Whoa. What the? Backwards section. Was not ready for that. Okay, this is supposed to be a flip. Obviously, I crashed so I didn't have enough speed. Yeah, and couldn't quite make it up to the risky. Okay, that's quite a map. Well, it is Sunday Fun Day, so I suppose it makes sense. Okay, gold medal. It's usually our goal with these things. Barely land that flip. Okay. I always think map making would be fun, but it's just never been the kind of thing I'm good at, you know? Like, the closest to actual map making I've ever done is, if you've ever played Time Splitters, there's a great map maker in that. I made some truly hideous maps. I figured out an exploit where you could, make one-way walkthroughs using ramps. Very funny, but I didn't make anything that I considered good. Nothing great. I guess I tried in like Gmod, not like Hammer, but just making like custom, well not even custom, just making like fake levels on Construct or whatever. But yeah, I was never good at the arts per se. Unfortunately, has made it difficult for me to do anything like that. My handwriting's terrible too. I've been told I should be a doctor by everyone that's seen my handwriting. But yeah, I'd love to make a map like this. It's kind of overwhelming. All the different details put in. Making everything connect. And I don't know. I guess I wonder if like these map makers, they have like a plan, like a hardcore plan of what they want to make before they even like start placing blocks. I guess maybe it depends on the map maker. But I've never been able to do that. Okay, close. Do want a couple more improvements. We're actually not that far away from, like, what Div 1 times are. Div 1 times are literally just, half a second ahead of us. It's kind of crazy. Normally there's a much bigger gap. We're a bit slower here, but maybe? Slight PB. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I guess we are close to the AT. Alright. See if we can improve. Might not be able to. I lost so much speed. That's weird. Okay, now I've got a lot more speed. Ugh, too close. I need to get closer to the center. I had more speed. I just failed the jump there. Almost. Come on, I want to cut off like a tenth. Cutting off a tenth would be really nice. I'm getting runs that could, but not quite there. I started counter gassing, or stepping on the gas too soon, I guess. I'm like trying to say counter steer, but it's not really counter steer. It's not reversing because I'm already reversing. go. Got more speed here. But not enough in the end. Alright, 2 more tries. Oh, we're really closer to 3. This map's pretty short. Alright, very last try. If we fail this, there's nothing else we can do. Okay. That's alright. We got like div 9, maybe div 10. So not bad at all. Yeah, qualifying rank 618. Yeah, div 10. Not too bad. Okay. Starting soon. Let's do our best. would be funny if we immediately get AT this round, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah. Not a bad time though. Alright. Now for the real round. Oh, that's not good. I think we'll be fine, but that's not good. Okay. Do I have enough speed? I guess we'll find out. Oh, easily. Easily enough speed. That was very sus. I'm very lucky that worked out. Okay. Wait, Fecklefeck's in here. Isn't that Mapper? You're saying he's smurfing? Probably not, but it's funny. Yeah, it's like a Feckle of the day or whatever. That was a Kappa I remember. His controller DC'd. Suspicious. Because he's talking, yeah. That makes sense actually. This is a pure consistency map. I actually 100% agree. Bit slow, that's okay. Just can't mess up the rest. Here I go, messing up the rest. Double respawn, save us maybe? No, it's too late. Boop. GG's. If I double respawned immediately, I think I maybe made it in. Doing it twice, it's too late. But yeah, that is going to end today's stream. Maybe I'll hunt these maps a little bit. Float seems terrifying, but yeah, no, good stuff. Oh yeah, and the map 3, the bump, the overwall, we gotta do that. But yeah, I'll save that for a later date. Alright, thanks for tuning in. I think I'll see you on the... Actually, let me check before I close out. I need to check. I have something I need to do next Sunday, but I don't remember exactly what time it is. So let me double check. Where is it? Here it is. Uh, ba, 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 ba. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this thing I'm supposed to be doing Sunday. Ah, side breakfast at 1. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I might delay stream next week until Monday. Unfortunately. I'll announce closer when I decide what to do. Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of your week.